Now I need some good tape.
Great electronics deserve the best accessories.
Sony Walkman is a tiny stereo cassette player.
A Polaroid instant color picture camera.
Prepare to be transported back in time as we explore relics that once shaped our daily routines but are now on the brink of extinction, replaced by modern marvels we simply can't live without. From phone booths to Polaroids, join me for a nostalgic deep dive into the items that once seemed indispensable but are now mere museum pieces or forgotten attic treasures. This is 1 hour of things from the 1900s, once necessary, now completely obsolete.
The sound of dial-up modems symbolized the gateway to the internet in the 1990s. These devices transformed digital data into audio signals, navigating the web at a snail's pace, often crawling at a mere 21.6 kbps. Using one meant sacrificing your phone line, turning it into a one-way street.
Internet, which is much faster than dial-up. All you need is a clear view of the sky to get a broadband signal, so it's available from at least one provider in most remote locales.
For either internet or voice calls, but not both. Some modems let you pause your connection for incoming calls if you were lucky. Today, with lightning-fast fiber and wireless connections, dial-up modems are relics of a bygone era, remembered fondly for their quirky sounds and frustratingly slow speeds. Back in the 1990s, camcorders were the height of home movie technology. Lugging around those bulky, shoulder-mounted devices made every family event feel like a major Hollywood production. Tapes were popped in, and hours of shaky footage captured birthday parties, vacations, and endless footage of pets doing absolutely nothing.
It's too late. So knowing that, the first thing I did when I saw this camera was I popped in a couple tapes to see if there was any footage still remaining on these tapes. It was just a fuzzy white.
Fast forward to today, and smartphones have rendered those clunky machines utterly obsolete. Who needs a camcorder when your phone can shoot 4K video and fit in your pocket? Yet, there's a certain charm in those grainy home videos, reminding us of a time when filming a moment felt like a grand occasion. The portable CD Walkman used to be a must-have gadget, offering music lovers a way to enjoy their favorite albums on the move. Compact, yet bulky enough to feel substantial, it featured a disc tray that popped open with a satisfying click, ready to play your favorite CDs. Its iconic skip protection was a game-changer.
Portable Walkman CD player to show you. The model number is D-EJ109. Alright.
Until it wasn't, since it still skipped occasionally, especially if you dared to run or walk too fast. The sound quality was top-notch for its time, but it required a hefty stash of AA batteries to keep it going. Now, it's hard to imagine a time when carrying a stack of CDs and a Walkman was considered cutting-edge technology. Typewriter keyboards were once the backbone of every office and writer's desk. They were essential tools for producing documents, tapping out each letter on clunky keys with satisfying clicks.
Hi, this is Stacy with WTI. I'm about to take you back in time with this awesome retro keyboard from Adventurers.
Their simplicity made them reliable, but required muscle power and patience. Fast forward to today, and these relics are mostly a thing of the past. Computers, laptops, and touchscreen devices have taken over, offering convenience, speed, and digital flexibility that the typewriter could never match. Furby was a toy that defined the late 90s, blending tech and fun in a way that no one saw coming. With its wide eyes and twitching ears, this robotic creature responded to touch, voice, and light, seemingly coming to life with every interaction. It could learn phrases like, "I love you," and "I'm hungry."
I don't believe there's anything on his head. And did his allies just come off? Oh my goodness.
Until its battery ran out and it slipped into an eerie silence. Once the craze subsided, Furbies faded into forgotten drawers. But today, they've emerged as quirky collector's items, valued more for their kitschy appeal and nostalgic charm than for any practical play value. Dot matrix printers were once the workhorse of office printing. known for their distinctive dot printing style. These machines used a print head that moved back and forth, striking an inked ribbon to create characters on paper. They were ideal for printing multi-part forms, receipts, and reports, and their sound was unmistakable, a constant rhythmic whir and clack. However, as technology advanced, they've been replaced by quieter, faster, and higher quality inkjet and laser printers, leaving dot matrix printers as a nostalgic relic of the past, remembered mostly for their noisy presence and low-resolution output. Bagged salad kits were the 1990s echo-answer to fast and easy meal prep. Each kit conveniently bundled pre-washed lettuce, shredded carrots, and a packet of dressing, perfect for a quick side dish.
We're gonna prepare this. There's our, it's like salad, some cabbage, carrots, and...
However, with a growing emphasis on fresh, customizable ingredients and environmental concerns over plastic waste, these kits have fallen out of favor. Home cooks now opt for fresher, more diverse produce, often bought in bulk or grown locally, making the convenience of bagged salads a thing of the past. Now, let's take a look back at the golden era of video rentals. Once a rite of passage, personal mixtapes involved recording favorite songs onto cassette tapes, one track at a time, often with painstaking rewinds and play-pause-press timing. These custom playlists were physical mementos, clunky, low-quality audio artifacts with immense sentimental value. You'd find tape decks rewinding to relive a favorite track,
Hear your soothing voice, you set me free.
Or awkwardly fast-forwarding through less-loved songs. Now, playlists dominate the digital landscape, letting us mix endless tracks without the hassle. But mixtapes had a tangible charm, carefully labeling each side, hoping the tape wouldn't unravel, and feeling the weight of those memories in your hand. Remember the compact music tech that promised to replace cassettes and CDs, only to vanish almost as quickly as it appeared? Before central air became widespread, window air conditioning units were a summertime staple, buzzing and rattling through humid days. These units were bulky and loud, making homes cool but rarely peaceful. Often, only one room felt the real relief. And maneuvering them in and out of windows each season was a chore. Now, central air and quieter portable units reigned supreme. Yet, window units had a certain gritty charm, tackling heat with determination, creating that signature white noise and capturing the essence of beating the summer in the 90s. The beeper watch brought a futuristic touch to wrists everywhere in the 90s. Combining the practicality of a watch with a tiny pager, this beeper kept wearers up to speed with mini notifications. Ideal for teens sneaking alerts in class or doctors on call.
And then message in time. So let's go ahead. I doubt this is going to boot up. I'm going to go ahead and get a battery put in this.
However, once smartphones entered the scene with a full suite of communication features, the beeper watch simply couldn't compete. It's now a quirky relic, reminding us of a time when beep meant someone had something important to say. For kids in the 90s, cereal box toys were the main attraction at breakfast, often worth more than the cereal itself. It was a morning ritual to dig to the bottom of the box or shake it for a sneak peek. These toys ranged from tiny action figures and mini cars to glow-in-the-dark stickers.
You got in there.
The prep.
You got the prep. So we got another one of these guys.
With designs changing to match the latest movie or show. But these surprises slowly disappeared with a shift towards health-conscious marketing and more digital engagement. Now, cereal boxes lack that thrill, as screens and rewards apps have replaced the simple joy of a hidden plastic prize. In the 90s, rollerblades were the ultimate symbol of cool outdoor activity. With their sleek design and wheels in a single row, they offered both speed and freedom. Perfect for gliding down the sidewalk or mastering tricks at the local skate park.
Still have to wear They seem really smooth. Good wheels. Nice and...
The rollerblade craze swept through neighborhoods, with everyone from teens to adults donning a pair and racing down streets. Rollerblade cradles, small skate parks with ramps and rails, popped up everywhere, creating spaces for enthusiasts to show off their skills. But as preferences shifted towards skateboards and bicycles, rollerblades became less common, now gathering dust in closets and nostalgia. VHS tapes were the gold standard for home video in the 80s and 90s. These bulky cassettes stored movies, TV shows, and personal recordings, with the satisfying whir of the tape player setting the mood for movie night. You'd have to rewind, deal with tracking issues, and try to avoid the dreaded tape eaters in the VCR.
So this entire stack wasn't worth it, so I'm putting that back, but one thing that is Sasquatch hunters.
Now, VHS has become an obsolete relic, overshadowed by the digital age and streaming platforms. The once familiar tape box is now more of a vintage collector's item than a necessary tool for watching content. The next stop on the trip down memory lane was a time when navigating the world required more than just a swipe of your finger. Once the go-to for instant memories, Polaroid instant film came with a unique charm. Its bulky camera bodies, the satisfying asterisk whoosh asterisk of the flash, and the anticipation of watching the photo slowly develop made it a staple for photo enthusiasts. With their signature white borders, the film packs offered a tangible way to capture moments before digital photography flooded the scene. Today, while Polaroid is still around, its once popular instant film is more of a novelty than a necessity, as smartphones and digital cameras have made capturing and sharing memories faster and more convenient. Once a fixture at parties and family gatherings, karaoke machines gave rise to an era of living room pop stars. With wired microphones, song catalogs on clunky CDs or tapes, and a screen to guide lyrics, these machines promised hours of fun. Yet, with the rise of streaming platforms and smartphone apps offering endless karaoke options, without the need for bulky equipment, the traditional karaoke machine has largely faded into obscurity. What was once a party essential now seems impractical, replaced by apps that offer convenience and a nearly infinite catalog of songs at the touch of a screen. Walkmans. The next one is the Walkman. This little device revolutionized how we listen to music. You're walking down the street, headphones on, and your favorite mixtape blasting in your ears.
Just slip into the featherweight headphones, pop in your favorite cassette, and you'll not only hear the music, you'll feel it all over.
Life felt like a music video. The Walkman was the ultimate portable cassette player, making tunes accessible anytime, anywhere. Gen Z kids might not find it as exciting, but it was truly amazing back then. Remember the joy of carefully crafting that perfect mixtape? Ah, those were the days. But good things always come at some cost. The struggle of tangled wires. People spent half their time untangling those headphone cords. And let's be real, the sound quality wasn't always perfect, but it didn't matter. It was all about the vibe. The Walkman faded into the background as digital music players and smartphones took over. Still, it holds a special place in our hearts. Fax machines. Let's talk about fax machines. These quirky devices were the lifeline of offices everywhere. Need to send a document? Feed it into the machine, hit send, and watch it whir and beep like it was casting a spell.
Nearly every workplace has a fax machine, and so do plenty of homes. But if you use one of the older style fax machines, you could be putting yourself at risk for identity theft.
It was the go-to way to send important papers before emails took over. But let's face it, faxes weren't always reliable. How often did you send a document to find out it was never made? And don't even get me started on the joy of dealing with paper jams. Yet, there was something oddly satisfying about the whole process. As email and digital document sharing became the norm, fax machines began to collect dust. Still, they hold a nostalgic charm. Do you remember the last thing you faxed? Was it a top-secret mission or just a pizza order? supposed to be the next big thing in music storage. With their sleek design and the ability to hold multiple albums, they promised a revolution in how we listen to music. Who wouldn't want to carry around a library of tunes in their pocket? The sound quality was great, but they couldn't compete with the convenience of CDs and the emerging digital formats. Who had the patience to deal with those tiny discs and cases? And don't even start with the frustration of finding a specific track. Despite their short-lived fame, many disc players hold a special place in the hearts of music lovers. From there, we went to a gadget that made math class more fun, or at least tried to. Our next gadget brought whole new worlds into your living room: Sega, Genesis, and NES. Let's rewind to the days of the Sega Genesis and NES when living rooms turned into arcades.
So he gets Sega Genesis, the ultimate action system. And then he buys Mortal Kombat, the arcade edition, and the all-new Shinobi 3, and Marvel's Eggman.
The NES brought legends like Super Mario Bros. And The Legend of Zelda. Each game was an adventure, whether you were stomping Goombas or hunting treasures in dungeons. Then came the Sega Genesis with Sonic the Hedgehog, speeding through loops at a pace that made every level feel like a thrill ride. These consoles weren't just games. They were social events, with friends competing for high scores and bragging rights. Today's gaming systems may have all the graphics, but there's something unforgettable about those pixelated journeys, and if that's not enough, let's head to the mall. Back when they were more than just a place to shop, malls with entertainment centers. Let's move towards the glory days of malls with entertainment centers. Remember the excitement of shopping at the mall and having a blast. These sprawling complexes were a one-stop destination for retail therapy and fun. You'd stroll in, hit the stores, then make a beeline for the arcade. Up next, we revisit a childhood friend that came with its own name and adoption papers: Cabbage Patch Kids. The next one is Cabbage Patch Kids.
Alan is in the enviable position of owning not one of these Cabbage Patch dolls, but 36 of them. You might say this is the motherlode of Cabbage Patch dolls here in Pigeon Forge.
These adorable, uniquely styled dolls became a must-have for kids everywhere. With their big, sweet faces and colorful outfits, each doll felt like a one-of-a-kind friend.
This is Lindsay, my Cabbage Patch newborn. She was born on my birthday. Look, Ashley, she's so little.
The excitement of unboxing one of these treasures was unreal. People of all ages enjoyed the quirky names and the adoption papers that came with each doll, making it feel like welcoming a new family member into the home.
Now there are even more ways to care for your Cabbage Patch Kids. There are soft quilted travel beds for kids on the go.
Would you like her papers?
Oh, absolutely.
Today, Cabbage Patch Kids are cherished as nostalgic relics of childhood. They remind us of simpler times filled with imagination and creativity. And if you thought toys were challenging, the next one entertained drivers on long road trips and was the original group chat for truckers, CB radios. Ever wonder how people managed long road trips without texting or GPS? Truckers and road trip warriors of the 80s had a secret weapon: CB radios.
I just put a CB Radio Shack in my car. At only $89, I saved $60. Now, wherever I drive in any kind of weather, I feel safe.
These devices let drivers chat, share road trips, and, yes, warn each other about lurking speed traps. With handles like Road King or Highway Hawk, CB enthusiasts formed a subculture that kept them company on endless stretches of highway. But now, those days are behind us.
Hey, is this a bandit? This is Mr. B, and I'm gear jamming this rolling refinery. You got another Smokey on the rubber?
This is a bandit, son. Can we slide right into your convoy there?
Imagine trying to find a CB signal today. It'd be like fishing in a dry lake. Cell phones, GPS, and instant messaging have taken over, making CB radios practically fossils. Betamax tapes. Let's rewind to the time of Betamax tapes. These Little Wonder cassettes were once in fierce competition with VHS. Due to its superior picture quality, Betamax had a loyal fan base that loved its clarity and detail.
8mm's principal advantage is its small size, but so far manufacturers have not been able to fit much tape inside these tiny cassettes, so they don't play as long as Beta or VHS.
It was the top choice for home movie fans who wanted the best experience. But, as we know, quality isn't everything. Choosing between Betamax and VHS was a pure drama. It felt like picking a side in a sports rivalry. Unfortunately, the longer recording time of VHS won out, leaving Betamax to fade into obscurity. It's almost poetic, isn't it? Betamax tapes are a nostalgic reminder of when home video was still gaining ground. And speaking of nostalgia, now let's return to the pre-cell phone days with a device that kept you on your toes without saying a word. Pagers. How can we forget pagers? Those little devices were once our main line of instant communication before smartphones took over. It felt like a scene out of a spy movie. And while you couldn't just reply, you had a message waiting that was important enough to track you down. Pagers were a mix of practicality and mystery, especially with those cryptic codes like 143, a secret way to say, I love you.
I know some of you, when you were using pagers in the old days, you type codes like hello, I love you, all these codes.
As cell phones took over, pagers faded into memory. They're a reminder of a time when messages weren't instant, and sometimes a little wait made things more meaningful. Our next item made every soda an adventure. Soda can pull tabs. Soda can pull tabs were once an unmistakable part of enjoying a fizzy drink. One flick and that little metal tab would pop immediately, setting you up for a refreshing sip.
Well, donations to the Ronald McDonald House Pop Tab program make a big difference, especially when brought together in large quantities.
There was something satisfying about that crisp, metallic snap, though accidents were bound to happen. Flying tabs, unexpected spills, and finger cuts were all risks that came with the territory. Kids today might not believe the drama we went through just to open a soda. Today's stay-on tabs make things easier and safer, but they don't have that nostalgic charm. And if you thought that was quirky, get ready for a pet that needs no feeding, grooming, or attention. Ice cream trucks with jingle music. Do you remember the delightful sound of ice cream trucks? Those jingling ice cream trucks were the anthem of summer, sparking excitement before they even turned the corner.
Hey, I'm Gary, and this is my ice cream truck.
Ice cream trucks were a seasonal treasure, rolling out treats from colorful popsicles to classic cones. That daily chase was a mini adventure for every kid in the neighborhood. However, as convenience stores expanded and ice cream trucks became less common, the jingle slowly faded from city streets. Our next item shone brightly in homes every December, bringing warmth and festive cheer. Ceramic Christmas trees. Ah, the iconic ceramic Christmas trees. Remember those colorful, sparkly decorations? They lit up the holidays in the 80s. Made of ceramic and usually adorned with tiny plastic bulbs, these trees were a must-have for festive homes.
Since 1933, we've been creating these authentic vintage pieces for you.
You could find them in classy greens, blues, and whites. They brought a cozy, nostalgic vibe to family gatherings. Our next item was the heart of every home-cooked meal. Spiral-bound cookbooks. Once, spiral-bound cookbooks were kitchen leaders, full of recipes, family secrets, and the occasional splash of sauce or flour. Their spiral design made flipping through recipes a breeze, while notes and scribbles added a personal touch to each page. These books held everything from family favorites to holiday classics, preserving culinary traditions. Now that digital recipes have taken over, these cookbooks are reminders of when cooking was a handwritten, hands-on experience.
I literally just clicked print after I had my recipes in there. It was so simple, even I could do it. So it was really nice.
They're like family heirlooms, sharing a history of shared meals and memories. Up next, we're saving files the old-fashioned way before USBs and cloud storage came along. Diskette drives. The next on our list is a floppy drive. Diskette drives were once the way to save and share files, storing everything from school projects to the first computer games. The sound of a floppy disk sliding into place and that small hum as it spun was the sound of a new era. But storage was tight. Just a few files could fill a disk. With USBs and cloud storage taking over, Floppy disks are now relics of a slower, more hands-on digital world. They remind us of the early days of computing when every byte counted. Our next toy was a dream with lights, furniture, and endless possibilities. Dollhouses with working lights. Another 1980s charm was Dollhouse with working lights. They opened a world of imagination, changing playtime into a tiny, enchanted experience, arranging furniture, creating little families, and flipping the switch to see the rooms light up, which made it feel like a real home for kids.
It is everything a little girl could want from a dollhouse times 10.
For many, these dollhouses were the first taste of designing and storytelling. Though digital toys have replaced them, dollhouses remind us of a time when play was hands-on, with every detail carefully arranged. Finally, get ready to turn the pages on a memory book you can hold.
Guarantee you a lifetime of replays and re-records. For life, for sure, forever. BASF, tape that lasts forever.
VHS tapes once dominated home entertainment, transforming movie nights into cherished rituals. Remember the excitement of renting a film and the inevitable impatience as the tape rewound, especially without a high-speed rewinder. Families often invest in large entertainment centers, showcasing their impressive VHS collections like treasured libraries. Blockbuster's mantra, "Be kind, please rewind," became ingrained in pop culture, a reminder of the etiquette surrounding rentals. Over the years, the VHS format evolved with S-VHS variations, but as digital technology emerged, the once ubiquitous tapes quickly became outdated. Today, they gather dust in attics and basements, relics of a bygone era.
She's a certified goddess, your soulmate waiting to happen. Without your Motorola pager, you would have missed her because you were out doing guy stuff.
Pagers, or beepers, were once essential wireless communication devices patented by Alfred J. Gross in 1949. These compact gadgets received alphanumeric or voice messages via radio, alerting users with distinctive tones, beeps, or vibrations. Their popularity surged in the 1980s, becoming indispensable for doctors, emergency services, and businesses that required immediate notifications. However, as cell phones emerged, the use of pagers began to decline sharply. Despite this, some groups still utilize them, valuing their less traceable nature. In environments like hospitals where silence is paramount, pagers remain useful for medical professionals needing discreet alerts without disturbing patients. While they symbolize a bygone era of communication, their specialized applications demonstrate that even in obsolescence, they can still serve a purpose in today's fast-paced world. Remember the days when the streets echoed with the thumping beats of a boombox?
Listen to the power of platinum. Panasonic Platinum. Get into the power of platinum.
Dot matrix printers, a mainstay of the printing world since the 1920s, surged in popularity during the 70s. Known for their distinctive screeching sounds, they produced documents by striking an ink-soaked ribbon against paper with a series of pins, resulting in text and graphics. A 24-pin printer could achieve finer images than its 9-pin counterparts, yet both suffered from limited image quality due to their mechanical nature. Although they could print in color using multiple ink ribbons, color dot matrix printers have become rare. These printers excelled at producing continuous forms and carbon copies, making them staples in businesses for years. However, their functionality has largely been rendered obsolete by inkjet and laser printers, which offer higher quality and quieter operation. Today, dot matrix printers like the Epson LX350 serve niche purposes, often relegated to outdated offices, yet they evoke a sense of nostalgia for the chaotic charm of early personal computing. Next, we'll explore an office tool that was truly indispensable during the 80s. Once a staple in homes and offices, Rolodexes was the go-to solution for managing contacts before the digital age took over. In an era devoid of smartphones and virtual address books, these rotating card files help people keep track of countless names, phone numbers, and addresses. Often found perched on desks, a Rolodex proudly displayed an array of colorful cards, each representing a connection waiting to be contacted. Despite their charm and nostalgia, Rolodexes have become outworn with the rise of technology. Today, contact management is seamlessly integrated into smartphones and cloud-based applications, allowing instant access to information without the clutter of physical cards. As a result, the Rolodex now sits unused in forgotten drawers.
In the 1990s, beepers, or pagers, were the ultimate tool for staying connected.
Please leave your message after the tone followed by the pound key.
No screens, no apps, just a short, vibrating reminder that someone wanted your attention. When paged, you'd receive a beep or vibration, signaling it was time to find a phone to return the call on your terms. In an era before everyone was glued to their devices, pagers allowed for polite pauses, making communication feel less invasive. However, as the cell phones took over, the need for beepers faded, and with it went that patient system. Remember the ear-piercing symphony of dial-up modems? Back in the day, CD players were the pinnacle of portable music technology. These clunky devices were a must-have for any music lover on the go. You'd lug around a stack of CDs, carefully swapping them out to avoid scratches, just to enjoy your favorite tracks.
The whole idea behind this player wasn't so much to make it portable in terms of carrying it around and listening to music while you're on the go.
Fast forward to today, and they've become relics of a bygone era. Streaming services and smartphones have made them completely obsolete. Now they're more likely to be found gathering dust in a drawer or displayed as a quirky reminder of how we once jammed to tunes in the most inconvenient way possible. Remember when recording family memories meant hauling around a hefty device? Back then, disposable cameras were the ultimate sidekick for capturing life's spontaneous moments. Affordable and easy to use, they were staples at parties, vacations, and school trips. You'd snap away without a second thought, eagerly awaiting the surprise of what you'd actually captured once the film was developed. Fast forward to today, and these single-use wonders are relics of a pre-digital era.
That's what the film camera looks like, and on the front there's an on and off switch for the flash, so you push it up and then a little red thing will come on.
With smartphones offering instant, high-quality photos and endless storage, disposable cameras are charmingly obsolete. No more waiting for prints or worrying about wasted shots. The digital age has left these once essential devices behind, now fondly remembered as a nostalgic piece of photography history. Now, think back to when a bulky device was your only way to listen to music on the go. In the 1990s, Sonicare toothbrushes were marketed as a game-changer for those with poor motor skills or braces, offering an innovative way to clean teeth with sonic vibrations. It was an essential upgrade from manual brushing for some at the time, promising a superior clean. However, early models were bulky, expensive, and sometimes difficult to handle.
It's optimized for stain removal. I prefer the G2 Optimal Gum Care or C2 Optimal Plaque Control for everyday.
As technology evolved, so did dental care, making these original Sonicare models feel more like outdated relics of a time before smart, ergonomic designs took over. The concept is still relevant today, but the old models have been rendered nearly obsolete by sleeker, more efficient versions that fit seamlessly into daily routines. In the 90s, Tamagotchis were the height of interactive tech. Virtual pet keychains that demanded constant attention. These tiny pixelated creatures thrived on feeding, cleaning, and playing with their owners. Users could monitor their pet's health, happiness, and well-being with a few buttons, creating a bond that felt strangely real. As the days passed, neglecting the digital creature led to its demise, which had consequences more severe than a simple game of Simon Says.
Unknown, but the important detail is that Yokoi was inspired to create a pet that you could take anywhere you wanted, regardless of what your parents might say.
Though their high-maintenance appeal has faded, Tamagotchis remain a fond relic of the past, offering a mix of nostalgia and amusement for those who once carried their responsibility on a tiny screen. Now, take a look at a toy that took the 90s by storm, captivating with its lifelike movements and quirky personality. Handheld consoles like the Game Boy were the ultimate portable gaming devices back in the 90s. Their chunky design housed a small screen and clunky buttons, but they offered hours of pixelated fun on the go. The Game Boy's monochrome display, though basic by today's standards, was revolutionary at the time.
Introducing Game Boy. It's portable, it's in stereo, and its games are interchangeable. Game Boy comes complete with batteries and the...
Games like Tetris and Pokemon became cultural icons, and despite the screen's lack of color, players were hooked. Fast forward to today, and smartphones have made these handheld gadgets nearly obsolete, offering a massive library of games, superior graphics, and more versatility, all with the added bonus of being a phone too. In the 1990s, the Palm Pilot was the epitome of portable productivity. This pocket-sized gadget offered a digital address book.
And of course, being from the late 90s, it's a resistive touchscreen, so pressure needs to be applied using a fingernail or using the included stylus tucked away in the back right corner.
Calendar and note-taking capabilities, all accessible with a tiny stylus. Its monochrome screen and limited storage allowed users to sync data with their desktop computers via a clunky cradle. Today, these features feel laughably quaint, as smartphones have absorbed and vastly expanded on the Palm Pilot's once cutting-edge functions, leaving it a nostalgic relic of tech's early days. These iconic blue and yellow cards were once the gateway to a universe of VHS tapes and DVDs, turning Friday nights into movie marathons. Blockbuster memberships granted access to shelves stacked with Hollywood hits and hidden gems. Each rental meticulously logged. Yet, the rise of digital streaming made the ritual of browsing aisles obsolete. Today, Blockbuster cards are mere souvenirs of a bygone era when movie night meant a trip to the store, not just a click on a remote. Mini discs emerged in the 90s as a compact, futuristic solution to music storage. They looked like tiny, transparent CDs in cases, offering a glimmer of digital sophistication. With recordable capabilities, they aimed to outshine cassettes with clear audio, easy track editing, and durability.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why.
But they couldn't compete with the rising dominance of CDs, and MP3s soon delivered the ultimate blow. Despite their sleek design and impressive functionality for the time, mini discs were doomed to obscurity, a technological bridge that no one fully crossed on the way to streaming and digital music players. Keychain organizers in the 90s were the height of organization on the go. Compact and sleek, they packed a punch with room for keys, a mini flashlight, and even nail clippers, essentials for any kid or adult on the move.
You can easily take the keys out or put them back in. Pros, super minimalist.
But these little organizers have been sidelined with smartphones taking over as an all-in-one tool. They may have gathered our essentials, but they couldn't keep up with the all-digital era, where even our keys can be replaced by smart locks. Next, we dive into the story of a gadget that once kept us all on alert. Nothing said "cool kid" like a metal lunchbox decorated with the latest cartoon character. These sturdy containers held sandwiches, juice boxes, and sometimes a hidden toy. Though they were durable, the lack of insulation made them impractical for keeping food fresh.
I don't know what they were, but still a 9.5 out of 10, this lunchbox. Thank you.
With insulated bags and plastic containers making lunches fresher and easier to carry, the metal lunchbox became a fond memory. But that clinking metal and retro design still bring back lunchroom stories and adventures. Remember the thrill of unearthing a hidden treasure at the bottom of your cereal box? These handheld devices epitomized on-the-go entertainment, featuring a simple LCD screen and basic controls. The game consisted of guiding a snake that grew longer as it ate, intending to avoid running into walls or its own tail. With just a few buttons and minimal sound, the game was addictive in its simplicity. Today, these games are practically forgotten, replaced by high-definition mobile apps offering multi-layered gameplay and advanced graphics. making these retro gadgets a distant memory of a more minimalistic gaming era. Let's take a trip back to the craze that had everyone rolling in the 90s. The original soda can pull tabs were a simple yet iconic design. A small tab that you'd pull back to open your drink. While convenient, they often posed a hazard, flying off unexpectedly or leaving sharp edges that caused cuts. Despite their flaws, these pull tabs were once ubiquitous on every can, an effortless mechanism for quenching thirst. Today, they've been replaced by stay-on, easy-to-open tabs that minimize mess and danger. The pull tab now lives on only in the memories of those who used to collect them or get surprised by their erratic flight. Before GPS and smartphones, physical maps and atlases were indispensable tools for navigating new cities or road trips. Folding out a massive road map or flipping through an atlas was a rite of passage for travelers, requiring patience and skill to navigate.
Latitude, and of course the tropics of Cancer and Capricorn.
Whether on long drives or planning a trip, these paper guides offered a detailed, tactile connection to the world. Today, digital navigation systems and mapping apps have rendered them almost obsolete, allowing us to find our way with the swipe of a finger, leaving physical maps a quaint memory of pre-tech journeys. In the 90s, Beanie Babies were everywhere. Stuffed animals filled with pellets and their own birth certificates, marketed as both toys and investments. Collectors scrambled to find rare editions, convinced they'd one day cash in big. With their vibrant colors and quirky designs,
Des Moines, I'm Steve Carlin covering Central Iowa for News Channel 8.
They were beloved by children and hoarded by adults, hoping for the next big thing. Over time, however, their value as future treasures never materialized for most, leaving these once sought-after toys to gather dust in attics, overshadowed by the rise of digital toys and experiences. Video cassette recorders, VCRs. The video cassette recorder, or VCR, was the ticket to movie nights at home long before streaming took over our screens.
We're missing the big football game. Relax! My VHS home video recorder is taping it right now. Terrific. Watch. Terrific.
Life wasn't as easy back then. The struggles were real, and the effort required to get even simple things brought happiness. Remember the thrill of hitting record on a Friday night? With a VCR, you could capture a must-watch movie or your favorite TV show, turning your living room into a personal movie theater. Well, let's be honest. Who didn't struggle with rewinding? And those fuzzy tracking lines always seem to appear at the worst moments. Classic. As technology evolved, VCRs became relics, replaced by DVDs and streaming services. But the nostalgia remains. Now, get ready to hit play on another classic piece of tech that changed how people listened to music. Polaroid instant cameras.
This is Polaroid's new Time 01 step.
Pretty. Why is it black?
Oh, you'll know it's the Time 01 step. And here's the world's fastest developing color. You see it in seconds now, not minutes.
Another thing that was necessary from the 1980s was the Polaroid camera. Polaroid cameras brought instant photos to your hands. No need to wait. Just pure, tangible memories. There was magic in snapping a picture, hearing that iconic snap, whir, and pop, and watching an image slowly emerge, like a memory coming to life. Each photo was a little mystery until it appeared, sometimes perfectly framed and other times a bit, let's say, abstract. The thrill of the reveal was unbeatable, even if the results weren't always gallery-worthy. And don't forget the film cost. It felt like we were spending our allowance on something precious. But who cared? We were capturing life and no filters were needed. Today, digital cameras and smartphones have made instant sharing easy, but there's something about the Polaroid's charm that digital will never quite capture. Now, on to something every office relied on before emails made everything instant. Any guesses? Answering machines. Let's reminisce about answering machines.
George, are you there? I hate that stupid message. I know you're avoiding me. I'm at the office. Please call me. I've got to talk to you.
These gadgets were the unsung heroes of communication in the 80s. When you were out and about, they had your back, recording messages from friends, family, and maybe even that one persistent telemarketer. Imagine walking in and hearing that familiar voice saying, "You have 2 new messages." Pure excitement. But let's be real. How many times did you accidentally leave a long, awkward message? Hi, it's me. Again? And those tapes? They could fill up faster than you could say, "Please leave a message after the beep." The beep was iconic, like a secret code for messages waiting to be heard. As voicemails and mobile phones took over, answering machines became relics of the past. Still, they remind us of simpler times. What's your funniest answering machine moment? Staying in touch was never cooler than with the next device. It was meant to be a game changer for music lovers everywhere. Mini disc players. Let's shine a light on mini disc players.
Here's a little something we think you're going to like. Sony Mini Disc, the amazing portable that lets you play mixes of your favorite music.
These compact devices were digital watches with calculator functions. Let's take a trip down memory lane to the era of digital watches with calculator functions. These nifty gadgets were a mix of style and practicality. You could tell the time and solve math problems all from your wrist. Who needed a separate calculator when you had this flashy piece of tech? It was like wearing a mini-computer.
Would you rather have a calculator or a watch? With a Casio calculator watch, you have both, but it works with one finger.
Remember the joy of showing off your watch in class. Oh, you need help with that equation? Just let me whip out my calculator watch. But honestly, how many of us used it for math? Most of the time, it was just a cool accessory. And those buttons? They were a workout for your fingers. As smartphones and smartwatches became popular, these digital wonders faded into obscurity. Still, they remind us of a time when technology was simpler and life was a little easier. If solving math problems on your wrist sounds nostalgic, wait until we talk about a clock without a snooze button. Non-digital alarm clocks. Remember the good old non-digital alarm clocks? These trusty little machines were the wake-up calls that kick-started the day for millions. There were no apps, no snooze buttons, just the solid tick-tock that filled the room with a rhythm. Setting the alarm was almost an evening ritual, turning that dial, feeling the clicks, and hoping it wouldn't fail you in the morning. Waking up to the scratchy sound of the radio or a gentle beep was something else. But oh, the chaos of oversleeping when the clock took a break. Today, smartphones have taken over, making these old clocks nearly extinct. Yet, they live on in our memories. Do you miss that satisfying click as you set the alarm? Or maybe you had a clock with a design that made it special. Ready to hit reset on your memories? Sounds of pinball machines and the latest video games filled the air, and the smell of popcorn from the nearby food court was irresistible. Every kid had dreams of cashing in those tickets for the coolest prizes. And then there were the roller coasters and mini golf courses. Talk about a full day of entertainment. Those lively entertainment centers have become less common as online shopping has taken over, but they still spark fond memories. Our next puzzle will twist your mind. Rubik's Cubes. Let's twist our way back to the classic Rubik's Cube.
Pick up a Rubik's Cube, and you can't put it down.
This colorful puzzle was a brain teaser of the 1980s. It captured the hearts and minds of millions with its colorful sides and stickers. Everyone wanted to master the art of solving it, and those who did were practically rock stars. The thrill of scrambling the cube and then working to solve it was unforgettable, a true rite of passage. Well, to be honest, how many of us ended up peeling off the stickers to solve it? No judgment here, we've all been there. Do you think that was fun? We're staying in the 80s backyard with the next item, a classic game that might make you laugh and wince. Lawn darts. On Classic Companions, let's talk about another 80s favorite that's faded over time. Lawn darts. These heavy, pointed darts were the ultimate backyard game, combining precision with a bit of luck.
This isn't child's play, according to the Food and Drug Administration. The game is called lawn darts, and it is being exempted from a proposed ban by the FDA.
Who didn't love the satisfaction of watching a dart land perfectly in the ring? But lawn darts were not exactly the safest game out there. Their sharp tips and the potential for mishaps became a safety concern. It's no surprise that many places banned them. Now, lawn darts are more of a relic from the past, but they still bring a smile. But the fun doesn't stop there. Up next is a battle of the tapes that every home video fan knows well. Our next item might just be the most luxurious box you've ever seen. Tiffany blue boxes. Few things are as thrilling as the sight of a Tiffany blue box. That iconic color promised a touch of luxury, whether it was a treasured piece of jewelry or a heartfelt gift.
I just started a DIY project on making Tiffany boxes.
Who can forget that rush of excitement as you untied the ribbon, knowing something special awaited? It wasn't just about what was inside. Sometimes the box was just as cherished. We'd even save those little beauties, hoping to repurpose them for our own special gifts. Though times have changed and trends have shifted, these boxes still evoke a timeless sense of elegance and nostalgia. Fanny packs. What trusted accessory once was a hands-free solution for carrying all your essentials? It was the fanny pack.
Fanny pack. At some point during your routine, you'll have to dance horizontally.
Whether at a concert, a theme park, or just around town, fanny packs strapped everything securely at your waist. They were the ultimate convenience, even if wearing one earned a few chuckles. Fanny packs were practical, but didn't win everyone over on the fashion front. Still, who could resist the ease of reaching for a snack, keys, or even a map with no fuss? Today, they've made a comeback, redesigned by fashion houses with a nod to retro chic. Pop a tab and prepare for some fizz. Pet rocks. Pet rocks, yes, rocks, took the 80s by storm, charming people with oddball simplicity. These pets were low maintenance for sure.
The Rock was also popular in the 70s, not as a prison, but as a pet. That's right, the Pet Rock, introduced in 1975, was billed as the 70s alternative to Man's Best Friend.
No feeding or walks are required, just a small rock with googly eyes in a cozy box. The joke wasn't lost on anyone, but people bought them in droves, adding a rock to their family as a quirky way to say, "Hey, I'm in on the joke." These rocks even came with a care manual for laughs. Today, pet rocks are a humorous relic, a reminder that sometimes the silliest things are the most memorable. Now, let's hit the road, or at least chase down a jingle that made summer days a little sweeter. Today, it's rare, but it reminds us of carefree days and endless summers. Ready to light up the room? This next item was a groovy addition to every cool kid's room. Lava lamps. Another one is lava lamps. They were more than decorations.
This piece is very iconic of the MCM era. Tonight we're talking about the lava lamp.
They were mesmerizing, adding a surreal glow to any room. Watching the colorful wax float and bubble was hypnotic, like a mini, ever-changing art piece. Whether in a teen's room or the living room, lava lamps created a soothing, almost magical vibe. With their weird charm, they became a symbol of individuality and creativity in the 70s and 80s. Nowadays, while they're more of a retro novelty, lava lamps bring back memories of a time when decor had personality. Ready to light up your holiday nostalgia? The next one will make you flip. Back to when hair accessories were all the rage. Butterfly clips and scrunchies. Butterfly clips and scrunchies ruled the world of hair accessories, adding a touch of color and whimsy to any hairstyle. Butterfly clips could transform a regular look into something playful, while scrunchies came in every color and pattern imaginable, perfect for any mood or outfit. Collecting these accessories was part of the fun, with scrunchies and clips stashed away in every color combination.
Scrunchies, I mean, she has so many cute trendy pieces that would be perfect.
As the 90s ended, they gave way to new trends, only to come back as a nostalgic statement. And if family TV nights bring back memories, our next gadget was your ticket to endless channels: cable TV boxes. Here is another nostalgic item: cable TV boxes. They were the gateway to entertainment, unlocking a world of channels at our fingertips. Remote in hand, we flipped through channels, sitcoms, Saturday cartoons, each click a new adventure. Fast forward to today, and streaming has replaced the box, letting us watch whatever we want, whenever we want.
The ability of cable to reach selective audiences, be they ethnic minorities, localized community interest.
But those cable days remind us of family nights, channel surfing, and the thrill of finding a hidden gem. Now, let's talk about comfort. This next item was the coziest footwear in every household: fur-lined slippers. How can we not mention fur-lined slippers? Those were the coziest footwear, perfect for chilly mornings or lounging by the fire. They were more than just slippers. They were a warm embrace.
But you can wear this to the office, to worship, to wherever you're going, and let me take you through the colors.
Turning ordinary days into cozy moments. Even now, we have multiple comfort options, and fur-lined slippers still bring back memories of comfort and relaxation. Who doesn't remember shuffling around the house in a pair or curling up with a warm drink on a lazy afternoon? Have you ever had a pair that was so cozy you almost wore them outside, ready to unlock a mini world? Photo albums with plastic sleeves. Last but not least, photo albums with plastic sleeves were once the original way to preserve memories. Each page captured birthdays, vacations, and everyday smiles. Sliding photos into those sleeves were like sealing in a piece of history, a story told one snapshot at a time.
That to me is a really big trade-off in terms of how the people are actually going to experience the book.
Every flip of the page was a reminder of the good times. With digital albums and cloud storage, physical albums have become a nostalgic keepsake. There's something special about holding a memory in your hands, the way only a photo album can deliver.
Get yourself wired for sound with the Telmac Walkabout Stereo cassette player. Just slip into the featherweight headphones, pop in your favorite cassette, and you'll not only hear the music, you'll feel it all over.
The 1980s saw a wealth of now obsolete gadgets that once defined modern living. Among the most iconic was the Sony Walkman, a portable cassette player that revolutionized music consumption. Launched in '79, the Walkman became synonymous with personal audio, allowing listeners to enjoy music anywhere with its sleek, cuboid design and durable build. Accompanied by dynamic headphones, it offered superior sound quality, enhanced by the Dolby noise reduction feature introduced in the mid-'80s. As cassette tapes fell out of favor in the early 2000s, the Walkman's production ceased in 2010, marking the end of an era. Step further down memory lane with a classic file sharing and storage device. Boom boxes. Once essential portable music players, first introduced in the late 70s, were everywhere by the 80s. Equipped with cassette tape players, an AM/FM radio, and even CD players, they allowed us to share music at high volumes, whether at home or on the go. Powered by batteries, boom boxes became a cultural icon, especially in hip-hop and breakdancing scenes. The bigger the box, the better the bass, and some models were so large, they were like lugging a suitcase around. By the mid-90s, boom boxes were losing ground to smaller, more convenient gadgets. Today, they've been replaced by sleek, lightweight devices like smartphones and wireless speakers. Yet for many, the boombox remains a nostalgic symbol of a time when music was larger than life.
When I say shut, I mean
calculators.
I mean
fax machines.
I mean
typewriters.
I mean businesses.
Car phone antennas were once a common sight in the 80s, symbolizing the dawn of mobile communication. In the early days of mobile phones, these antennas were essential for maintaining a reliable signal while moving. Often mounted on the roof of vehicles, they enabled clear conversations, connecting drivers with the outside world long before smartphones emerged. The bulky car phones of the 1980s and 90s featured these antennas prominently, showcasing the cutting-edge technology of the time. As technology advanced, mobile phones transformed into sophisticated devices that changed how we connect and communicate. The advent of compact cell phones equipped with internal antennas made these external fixtures old-fashioned. Today, sleek smartphones seamlessly connect to networks without the need for visible antennas, making the once crucial car phone antennas a nostalgic relic of the past. Their disappearance marks a significant shift in mobile technology, reflecting the rapid advancements transforming people's communication.